You going to jail. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jail. You're going to jail. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jail. You're going to jail. Period. Ou pas la prison. Yeah. I just turn the water on, big old flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls. Keeping on my truck, look like brains. What's up, guys? It's your sister, Jessie Woo. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe, so you could join the Black Women's Tribe during Black Women's Haiti Month, Black Women's Month. Okay. Also, while you're here, please make sure that you like this video, like this live. Okay, I know I'm up late. I literally was about to go to sleep. I promise you, I was on my way to bed. And then I saw this audio pop up on my timeline. And I stopped and started listening to it. And I was like, oh, hold on. This is too much. This is a lot. It's a lot going on. So basically, let's just get into it. Q from Day 26. You all know the group Day 26. They were recently on the Breakfast Club, and I'm going to start with their Breakfast Club appearance first, because I remember watching the Breakfast Club appearance and thinking, dang, it's really something going on with Q. Q is really going through it. But he's not really verbalizing what he's going through. He's kind of he's being very ambiguous about what he's going through. He doesn't really want to share what he's going through. So anyway, I just want to start here because this is really heavy. This is really, really heavy. But when they did this appearance a couple months back, it was back in January, there was a moment where Q hesitated, but they started talking about Diddy, and he did say that he doesn't just blame Diddy, that he blamed a lot of the people around Diddy. And I just want to play that clip really quickly. Let me see if I can find it so you guys can hear this.
People around him too, because they ain't innocent either. So it's a lot, man.
That's the thing, like you said, enablers, people around him who are, whatever.
So you can kind of hear him, for copyright reasons. I'm just not going to play long, very long clips, but you can kind of hear what he's saying. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I am going to take it off the screen too. I am going to, because I want you guys to hear the full audios. So I am going to take it off the screen. But he said there that, he blames the folks around Diddy as well. And I want to go ahead and take this off the screen, but I feel like you guys should still be able to hear it. Let me see. Hold on. Could you guys still hear that? Let me know. Could you guys still hear that? Okay, so y'all can't hear that. I wonder why. Hold on. Okay. Let me see.
everybody thought something was really wrong with me and
Yeah.
stuff. But I just don't blame him. I blame people around him too, because they ain't innocent either.
Okay, so he says this, and then you know, in the same interview, the guys basically kind of touch on the fact that they were a little taken aback by D Woods. You know, D Woods came forward. Aubrey O'Day has talked about stuff that she's experienced, but the guys were saying that they were not really familiar with a lot of these things.
For us to be so close with them, and experience so much with them, to not know that they was experiencing those kind of things, that was weird to me.
I didn't really like his wording. He jumped in and was like, yeah, but Diddy was out of pocket with a lot of people. He was out of pocket a lot of times with like people's appearances and everything. But then he said, yeah, but not just appearances, but, you know, some of these women were saying that they were, you know, sexually harassed. Like D Wood said, she was sexually harassed. You know, Dawn has come forward and said that she was actually assaulted. So they were kind of saying, yeah, like they didn't really understand how they were all so close, but didn't know anything about this. So anyway, I want to see, did I want to say anything else? So in the same interview, right? They talk a little bit longer and we kind of hear the fact that, you know, obviously Q was going through something and the guys kind of at the time did not know what he was going through because he had left. Remember, the group as a whole decided to leave Diddy, leave Atlantic. And Q actually decided to go sing backup with Dirty Money. Let me see if this is where he says it.
Yeah, and seeing a different walk and understanding
when I left
what it
the
was.
group, I went to sing background for Dirty Money.
Right, he was on stage with them on the news that time. I was
looking at the news.
So he was with Diddy Money for a while. And remember, Dawn was his ex by then. Yes, they had dated back in the day, but by then she was his ex by then. So he was with Dirty Money for a moment. And so I'm going to leave that interview. And now I'm going to go to this DJ Vlad interview. So when you go and you look at this DJ Vlad interview, which I really hate that I have to bring up this raccoon. Well, I can't call him a raccoon because he's white. But I really wish like people from our community would stop going on DJ Vlad. So I ain't gotta mention it. But at the 5-minute mark of this interview, Q he's talking a lot about, he's opening up more, and he's talking about the fact that he blames a lot of folks around Diddy, not just Diddy, but he actually said that a lot of the people around Diddy wanted to be like him, and that a lot of people that you see suing him now were people who wanted to be like him. Oh, possum. Oh, I could call him a possum. Period. That's what I call the possum. So DJ Vlad is a possum. He was saying that a lot of the people around Diddy that he sees suing or that he sees speaking up now were people that were doing the same things, people that were actually wanting to be just like Diddy. And a lot of them that were coming forward and speaking forward or speaking up now or suing him now were people who just didn't get to benefit or didn't get to become another Diddy. So now they're mad about that. And that's basically the tone of this interview. And so I'm trying to see, at the 6-minute mark is when we start really hearing some sinister stuff. And, you know, part of me, I had not seen this entire interview. I remember seeing the clip of all the guys crying, but I had never really sat down and watched this entire interview. So here's what he says.
quick as him or whatever he's doing to get it, then all of a sudden it's like, let's turn against him now, him or whatever against him. If they can't.
Oh, actually, he's about to say what I just said that he was saying.
And they want to be like him. And if they can't be like him, they try to come against him. If they don't got the money or they can't get it as quick as him or whatever he's doing to get it, then all of a sudden it's like, let's turn against him now.
Okay. So he's on the Possum's channel. Oh, he gonna strike mine too, child. Lord. I'm not playing it in its entirety. I am doing fair use. Okay, let's see if he says it here.
I mean, I'll keep it very short. Things felt very sacrificial.
Okay. So now he starts to go into the whole things felt sacrificial. And the reason why he says that is because DJ Vlad asked him to explain how it was witnessing a drugged out Diddy. So that's why he says things felt sacrificial. So then we get to the 7:30 mark.
They diagnosed me as schizophrenic and bipolar. The same thing, kind of like what Fred said he was going through, but I didn't experience suicide thoughts.
This is where things kind of get really, really dark. Okay. So Q starts talking about the fact that post his experience with Diddy, he became very, very mentally ill. And like you just heard him say, he started experiencing, he didn't experience thoughts of deleting himself, but he did experience thoughts of wanting to cause self-harm to himself. And then there's a point where he starts to talk about the fact that he just doesn't understand the psyche of someone who will go out of their way to hurt someone who is extremely talented just to basically destroy their talent.
Been secret about it. I wouldn't just like snitch.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not no snitch. Like I was gonna just deal with it. And I don't know why somebody that evil would.
She broke my glasses.
You can actually see all the men around him crying too. Like, this is really hard. Like, this is really heartbreaking, but I'm just laying the foundation for the audio that I just came across. Okay.
I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to a talented, passionate people.
Yeah.
Like, we talented, passionate people. I don't understand. No, it's okay, bro.
And I hate the fact that he feels like, oh, I don't want to be no snitch. It's like, oh my God. I want our people free. I want our people free. Specifically, I want Black men free. I want y'all free from this whole don't snitch. You can't be a snitch. Like, if you know someone is out here causing harm to folks, causing harm to you, causing harm to people you know, if you know someone's out here victimizing folks, please speak up. Please, please, please speak up. That's not snitching. That's speaking up. I want our people free. I really do. I want our people free from that.
I don't understand why someone would sit down and think about hurting someone. I don't know. Or laugh about it after they do it,
And then he's going to go ahead and give you an example of how basically after whatever happened with him, after whatever hurt Diddy did to him, he's going to show you basically how Diddy laughed about it. how sinister it was. Like, this is so sinister.
Like, I don't get it. I don't. That's why I said none of them are innocent. I'm not here to expose anybody, but none of them are innocent, man.
But then it's like, okay, so it wasn't just Diddy laughing. So who else was laughing? Who else was laughing? So, Lord, and I hate, oh my God. I really hate this blog. I actually hate most of these blogs, but I was trying to see if the audio was anywhere else. But well, you know what? Actually, I can just go to TJ Holmes's. Let me see if I could find TJ Holmes. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach have a podcast together, and apparently Q was on the podcast, and the audio came out, I believe, today. Let me see if let me play it. Hold on. Hold on.
According to Cuddy and what we may hear next week, a woman who was his assistant at the time.
Are you all able to hear that? Are you guys able to hear that? Just let me know, because I want to make sure that y'all can hear what Q says on the home records. Not me forgetting what Amy and TJ did to their wife and husband. My God, today. Okay, let me see.
También ahorra $900.
Right on brand.
That surprised
on it, but he certainly felt
one juror.
It plans
and different. We've all probably, well, we travel enough to where you're at a place, or even if you have rewards or something like a rewards program, you go to hey, we're going to need a late checkout. Sweaty flesh. A couple of new details here from George.
Examined Cassie and said,
sense. But we gotta
Man,
through it all.
A lot, don't
Hope
they?
you all have a wonderful weekend.
What? It wasn't this podcast?
Thanks for the grill. Cool off with a big sale on Ben & Jerry's and Talenti frozen treats, and find everything you need for fun in the sun, like brioche buns.
Okay, so I guess it's not this episode. I'm trying to see where. Oh, okay. I'm gonna just have to play it from this audio here. Okay. But y'all, just trigger warning. What you're about to hear is really, really sinister. Really, really sinister. Like, as a survivor, this was a lot for me. Just want to put that out there. Okay? So hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, wait. What happened? Did they... Hold on, y'all. Did they delete it? Okay, here it is. Let me just play this audio for you guys from my phone so that you guys can hear it.
In Paris. At this time, I was around Dirty Money for about a year while they were screening Last Man in Paris. And I guess I was around because I was dating Dawn. So Diddy's like I think he was very, very high. He's like, we're gonna go to the Hamptons. He was like, we're gonna go stay the night there, and you guys want to come? And it felt very weird because this energy just felt so weird. You know what I mean? It was friendly high. You know what I'm saying? Like a friendly invitation to something.
He wasn't usually like that.
No, he's never invited all of us to one of his houses. We get before we get to the Hamptons, they're like speeding in these like SUVs on the expressway, very, very fast. Like they were in a rush to get to the Hamptons. We get to the Hamptons and we walk through the house and we arrive in the backyard near the pool. And it's at the time, which was Dawn, she gave me an ecstasy pill. And she said,
Is that what she said it was?
Yeah, she said it was ecstasy, and she said it was from Puff to give to me. And it was red, and I took it because I thought I was gonna get freaky with my girlfriend. You know, we tried ecstasy before, and I trusted her that that's what it was. So I took it immediately, and she had one too. He gave her 2 of them. I took mine. Within like 20 minutes, I knocked out and blacked out. I woke up in the twins' bedroom in the basement, and I woke up out of my sleep screaming very, very loud.
Who are the twins?
I don't know their names.
You're talking about Diddy's daughters?
Twins. Yeah. Diddy's twins. His girls. Yeah, I woke up in their bed to cameras filming me, and they were laughing as I woke up out of my sleep, screaming. And it felt like I'm not gonna cry.
Okay. Yeah, take your time. It's okay. It's understandable that you're reliving this and emotion comes with it. There's just no way around it. So
it felt very sacrificial. That's what I meant when I said I felt like they were trying to hurt me, or Diddy was trying to maybe sacrifice me that night. I didn't say when I went on Vlad TV, I didn't say anything about finding a sacrificial email.
hold on. What he's discussing in regards to Vlad TV is that's one of the interviews that the boys did. He had to leave gaps within that interview, and they decided to fill those gaps. It's kind of what I've experienced this past week. As you guys know, we started this out, and it was, we all have this intention to talk our way through to the end of this trial and hopefully see justice for whatever is proven and whatever the jury decides. Even you had situations that were just made up out of nowhere. So did I last week. He was discussing one in which he couldn't say certain things because he's honoring a contract. And within that, people decided to fill in the blanks. So he discussed an email. He had tears. People put it together that he's crying over an email and what it basically tried to suggest that he's not a man and he's boohooing over an email.
I know there are some details about the incident you described. Maybe you don't want to get into. And let's get into it. Okay, we can. Can I go with how I know you can be open about how it made you feel, right? So you're saying that after this particular incident, you left there feeling. You call it sacrificial, but you felt as if
they were trying to hurt me in my sleep because I woke up screaming. I woke up out of my sleep screaming. So what I mean by it felt like sacrificial, it felt like someone was trying to hurt me or take me out because I possibly couldn't have woke up out of my sleep that night.
Do you know what happened to you?
I woke up screaming like a girl to the top of my lungs at a high pitch.
Well, did you have clothes on?
I think I was in my shorts because I remember jumping into a swimming pool.
Do you believe that some of what happened to you was recorded on one or many of these items?
Oh, yeah. I saw phones and lights. It wasn't a video camera. It was a phone camera light.
So there are people who do know what happened to you, and there's a reason you believe why they're not telling you?
Mm.
Thank you so much for the super chat. It was a clip on Jess Hilarious page where she referenced a video of Diddy laying in bed and a man was screaming for his life in the background. He was singing and laughing. It was sinister. I wasn't aware of that. But did you guys hear what he said? He said that the pill was given to him by Dawn. And they had freaky sex before with pills before. So he just thought that that's what it was going to be. But he was knocked out quickly. And then he wakes up. And then he wakes up in Diddy's twin daughter's bed. In their bed. Well, I don't know if they have two separate beds, but he woke up basically in the bed or the bedroom. Well, he said bed. He woke up in the twins' bed and was screaming like a little girl. Now, that's the only audio clip I have from, that interview. I'm trying to think of something that he said in the DJ Vlad interview where he said that he thought it was, he didn't understand how somebody could do something to somebody else that's talented and just trying to use their talent and then laugh and and taunt that person. And I'm just thinking, like, was he saying that was Diddy, or was he saying that it was Don that was laughing at him after this attack, or was it both of them? Either way, I feel that whatever role Don played, she was being forced to do it. Like, her testimony matches every other victim, right? That there would be acts of violence. There would be hell to pay if you didn't do what he told you to do. But I'm also wondering, damn, Don, you couldn't kind of give Q a heads up or something? Like, hey, this dude be on some weird stuff, and I don't want that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she was in fear that Diddy would check her text messages. I don't know. As I'm hearing everything, it just feels like Diddy really had a lot of control over people's personal lives. So I'm just trying to find a way to give Don maybe, you know what I mean? But obviously she was terrified for her life when it came to Diddy. But I'm just like, dang, you couldn't say nothing. Just a little. And at that time, too, by then she was with Dirty Money. She was also witnessing Cassie being, punched around, kicked around in the stomach, hit over the head with, skillets. So again, I think that she was definitely terrified, but we couldn't get a little. This is a lot. I'm going to do a video on that too. Lauren London being mentioned. I'm going to do a video on that too with Kid Cudi's testimony. Ooh, I'm so tired. I'm about to go to sleep. But as I just was watching this and listening to all this, I'm just like, oh my God. I had to go back to the DJ Possum video because I knew that that's where all the guys were crying. Thank you so much, Lala. Hey, Jesse, are you glad that you never made it in the industry? It seems so dark. That's a very good question. That's a very good question. And, I mean, even with like my last experience, when I did my Moods of a Cancer back in 2019, that actually was one of the darkest times in my life. Like, it really was. Like, it was literally one of the darkest times in my life. I was signed to someone who was a menace. And sometimes I look back at that time and I look back at some of the stuff that was happening to me. And even sometimes, like, my friend, like Sandra, whose wedding I just went to, like, sometimes we'll talk about it. And it just was so weird. So many weird things were happening. And I do feel that even in my experience, there were moments where it was clear that muscles were being flexed to keep, like, to see if I was someone that could be kept in check. And I've never been that person. It's just, listen, I'm here to use my talent. That's it. Like, I'm not playing no industry games. I'm not, like, let's put this music out, like. And it was just like, oh, if you don't do this or if you don't do that, then you're not gonna get this. And I was like, well, bye. Get me off this label. Oh, you don't want to get me off? Okay. I would literally, like, post screenshots of shit because I knew that would, the person that I was under, he was so scared of being humiliated publicly. And I was like, okay, well, and as I was releasing screenshots, okay, now you're gonna listen to my lawyer? Like, get me the fuck off of this. And I literally just gave the rights to move to the cancer. Like, I was like, because I just know anything attached to me, if I'm not working it, and if I'm not, if it's not being used correctly when it comes to me, you're not making nothing. That's how my gifts work. You're not gonna get nothing. And so, yeah, I feel like it's really a lot of dark things, a lot of dark folks, and the darkest folks really get the farthest. It's really weird. It's truly, truly weird. It's a very dark place. But you know, even though I've experienced some things, I'm happy. God really has had his hand on me and has had a lot of mercy on me and has shown me a lot of grace, but it's just really just a nasty place. It's a nasty place. Yesterday, I was shooting a commercial for BZ Awards, and there was a moment where I was talking about this with another person. It actually came up, this exact conversation. And she was saying, she's like, yeah, it's not just Diddy. It's not like, it's so many more. Like, it's so many more, y'all. It's so many more. Some that I know personally. There's some things I've never spoke about. And then there's stuff that I know that other people have been through. It's so many more. I just think for me, I've spoken about my experiences, and I don't got it in me to be talking about nobody else. Like, it gets to a point where it's like, if you're always the one speaking up, then, you know, you're the problem. You're always the problem. So prayerfully, other people can speak up, but there's so many more. Oh, y'all, there's so many more. Yeah. There's so many more. And then, you know what's the crazy part too is then you got to be in rooms with these people, and because you got a job to do. But you got to be in rooms with these people, and you got to see these people do well. It's really just nasty. But anyway, I wanted to share this with you because Q finally actually said what happened. And I'm just wondering if he'll testify in the trial. Like, is he going to testify? Is he going to file a lawsuit at this point since he's telling us what happened? I hope so. But anyway, I'll go ahead and save this live, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
VBS, I just turned the water on. Big old flex. Shut your